Hey, this is Judgment Waits, and this is part 2 of my City of the Dead walkthrough. And last time I left you, you were taking on these guys, and this is the last one to fall. Now, obviously, as soon as you take that guy out, you want to go through the open door and into this area. Now, if you're like me, I tend to have trouble getting Death to do what I want him to do with all these jumps and everything like that. If you're like that, you're going to be frustrated probably with this part because you have to make all these jumps really fast and do all these motions really fast because the floor is coming at you, and if it touches you, you're dead. So this was my very first try. I wanted to show you, I thought I had actually done all the jumps pretty well, but the floor ended up catching me. So you really have to have this down packed and know which way to go and everything like that. So this might take you a couple times to get through it unless you're one of those people that, Death does exactly what you want him to do when you want him to do. Like right here, I'd push B and he wouldn't drop down, and there was quite a few times that happened to me. And like I said, I thought I was doing pretty good through it that first time. But this is probably like my 8th or 9th time, maybe even 10th time getting through this. I had a lot of frustrating moments. I love how the floor seems to speed up right there at the end. I thought it was going to catch me. But once you get up here, flip this lever, and you're going to come through this doorway. Now, when you get up into this next area, you're going to have 3 decent battles that you're going to have to make it through. And you have to make it through all 3 of them. It won't let you save the game in between these battles. So before you do that, though, head on over to this left area. And this is going to be where the dungeon map is. If you're like me, you're probably going to not have problems with this first battle, but the second battle gave me some problems. I'd really recommend, like I said, back in the first video, using any kind of weapons that have like a life steal or something that's going to help you out health-wise. I have Echidna's Fangs or whatever that secondary weapon is, so I'd recommend, using that if you have it or something similar. Alright, so there's the first one. Now you're going to take on these kind of like acid creatures. And if you noticed, I used a health potion. You do not want to get too low with your health because, like I said, if you get taken out in this second or third area, you're going to have to start all over again. So I'd make sure that you keep your distance from these guys, kind of use your wrath and kind of use maybe your gun might work in this one. But I'm using things that I don't have to, get directly into hand-to-hand with them all the time, especially while those green things are kind of flying around them. Sometimes those things will go down, and then you can actually get into them and get into them with hand-to-hand. Like that guy, he doesn't have that protection going on, so I'm going to try and take him on. I think the secret to taking on these guys is just being patient, waiting for them to spew that stuff at you, and then hitting them, and their shields or whatever that thing is should be down a little bit. But now you're on to the third area, and the third area isn't too bad. You know, you're going to take on 3 of these, I call them like skeleton sprinklers. You know, they sprinkle that dust and draw up all these skeletons. But if you have a weapon that does lifesteal, you're going to be just fine in this area, because you can hit those skeletons, you know, a lot of times and get your health back. So I really like the Harvester Wrath though, you know, especially if I get a bunch of skeletons around me, then I just hit them with that. Of course, anything that builds up your wrath faster is obviously going to help as well. I think the key to this part of the battle is, you know, making sure that you obviously get to those guys that are calling the skeletons, and don't spend too much time and energy on the skeletons themselves. After you take those guys out, then you just want to move up here, and we're going to be on to some more puzzle type things that we have to solve. Now, some of these parts I'm just going to kind of fast forward through so I don't waste your time with stuff that's, you know, pretty obvious. After that cutscene ends, you just want to go all the way over to the opposite side and in through this door right here. Now right here, the door to my right is actually locked, so you want to just put that statue and split your soul on that pressure plate, and then just jump up here, and you make your way around to this lever, and that is the key to opening up that door. Alright, so now we're back in the central area, and now we have actually access to the top platform. So we want to jump over there. We're going to notice as soon as we get over, though, that there are some yellow crystalline structures by that lever that we need to turn to actually lower this whole entire thing. In order to get a shadow bomb, it's actually in through that doorway that's locked, so we need to find the key. So what you can do, though, is you can rotate this thing. So we're going to rotate it. There is a door that has one of those green circles, so it tells us, you know, where we need to do that. So just rotate it 180 degrees. That's going to open up this way, and this is where we're going to find the key at. Now as soon as you get in here, obviously it shows you a shadow bomb. That is not the shadow bomb you need for the top of the platform. So you just need it for that crystalline structure to my right now. But as soon as you get in here, you notice you're going to have to fight these beetle-like creatures. And you fought this guy enough before, you should know how to beat him and what it takes. It's going to be a long, you know, grueling fight taking on this guy, because as soon as you beat him, you actually have to take on 2 more. Alright, as soon as you beat those guys, then you just grab a shadow bomb, blow up this crystalline structure, and you're going to have access to the top floor. And this is where you're going to find the key. Now the key is actually outside of here, so you just want to go back out here, and there it is. After you grab that key, just jump back down in the center area and make your way out. Don't worry about that shadow bomb or anything like that, and you'll just want to jump over to this platform in the middle here. And sometimes it's a little difficult to grab this, just kind of jump and grab it. Now there's the door you need to unlock. You just want to jump down from this platform to the bottom here, and there's the ways that you can get back up here. So just come on over here and make your way up. Now if you're into collecting the Book of the Dead pages, make sure you smash everything to my left as soon as you go in this doorway. Now everything in this area is pretty obvious, you just have to make the jumps and get through it. Once you make it to this area, now you are almost done. And I don't know about you, but I'm finding that these puzzles or these quests are just a hair too long in my book. You know, I don't know, maybe I'm just not as patient as I once was, but I'm ready to get through this. And, you know, this is probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, you know, trying to figure everything out. And it gets a little bit monotonous in my opinion. But plant your statue guy on one of the pressure plates, put the other guy on the other one, and then you're going to jump up in this area. Now normally when you come into this room, the lever platform was actually going to be in this room. I tried moving it over there and it didn't work, but you actually want to move it over towards where you jumped up. So you're going to move it over here, and then as soon as you get it out of there, then you just want to break that connection thing and you'll rematerialize, and then you want to jump up and go put your guy on that floating thing again. So jump up here, do the soul splitter, put your statue up there, and then you're going to have to go back down with a guy, and he's going to stand on a pressure plate that opens up the gates right in front of the statue where it is. Then you want to switch back. You'll move the statue into that central area, and then you're going to have to switch guys again so that you can open up this gate once you got this guy in there. So just run them over here, and now that other gate's going to be opened up, and you can actually go move this guy over here onto this pressure plate. Once you do that, then just break that, and you're now in the good area. Now you are almost done. This should be pretty obvious. You just want to push in that lever, and that will lower the gate, so you can grab the shadow bomb and throw it on the crystalline structure, making it so that you can actually push that lever in. So after you blow that thing up, then you just want to jump back to the platform, and you'll push that in, and it's going to go through a cutscene, and we are going to be to the point to fight the Wailing Host. So this is where I'm going to end this video. If you have any questions or comments for me, make sure you leave them, and I'll try to get back to you. Hope this helps you out, though. The next video will be the boss battle with the Wailing Host, and as always, though, take care and God bless.